Welcome to today's Global Visitor. I'm Jingjing in Beijing. Now travel with me to look into amazing cultures and distinctive lifestyles from around the world. LifeWatch, a global healthcare technology company founded in Israel, is reinventing the smartphone that enables users to independently analyze vital medical data. The London Olympic Games is just around the corner. Making the greenest Olympic Games has been the goal for the United Kingdom. A Palestinian society that cares for hearing-impaired people is preparing an all-deaf team to open the first deaf restaurant ever in Gaza. The medical smartphone is part of emerging mobile health technologies, and Israeli company has just worked out a product that isn't a high-tech fashion accessory, but rather a tool being marketed to the health-conscious world.
In 1998, mechanical and nuclear engineer Yaakov Geva first thought of turning the cell phone into a medical device and patented the idea. It took a little more than a decade for Geva's vision to become a reality, thanks to touchscreen smartphones that are taking the world by storm. LifeWatch, a global healthcare technology company founded in Israel, is reinventing the smartphone with state-of-the-art sensors that enable users to independently retrieve and analyze vital, at times life-saving medical data faster than they can order a pizza. Meet the Android-based LifeWatch 5. It looks, feels, and works just like any other smartphone, yet its slick frame packs sensors and software that essentially function as a personalized family physician on call 24/7. What you basically get is the ability to self-check 7 medical measurements: electrocardiogram, blood glucose, heart rate, blood saturation, body fat percentage, your temperature, and stress level.
It's a breakthrough product. There is no such a product in the world. It's the first of its kind, embedding medical sensors, medical applications, and medical software into a smartphone which is dedicated not only for the medical tests, but rather being able to use the phone as a smartphone, a regular smartphone, for any other application.
We're devouring industrial engineered food loaded with cholesterol and trans fat, breathing polluted air, smoking, drinking, and working longer hours. It all comes with a price tag, and the figures are scary. According to recent projections, obesity, a leading factor of heart disease, is expected to afflict 3 billion people by 2015, while the number of diabetes patients will rise to 438 million in 2030. Make no mistake, LifeWatch 5 isn't a high-tech fashion accessory, but rather a tool being marketed to an increasingly health-conscious world. Company officials say the phone can ease the lives of those already sick and help the rest of us remain healthy. Ilan Havdeli shows me how it works. We start with an electrocardiogram reading, the basic routine test for heart patients. It begins as soon as the system identifies my grasp on the sensors.
We take the electrical signal, a clean PQRST signal, and calculate the distance between the Rs, the peaks we see here. Your pulse is 94 beats a minute. That's normal. The result is now being sent to a virtual cloud server, and an algorithm analyzes the peak wave.
35 seconds later, I receive my test results. If the system were to indicate abnormal, I'd be asked to test myself again. A second abnormal reading would then be automatically transmitted to my cardiologist via a text message or to a 24/7 emergency medical call center that will dispatch paramedics and an ambulance to my home. Diabetes patients routinely measure their blood glucose level. The number of daily tests, traditionally conducted with stationary home devices, is determined by a physician. Havdeli is using a control solution imitating blood. The user is first asked to indicate whether or not he has just eaten, inserts a disposable test strip into a special built-in portal, and smears it with a drop of blood. The system identifies the sample and begins processing. The result is received within 5 seconds.
The result is sent to the cloud and enters the patient's database. The doctor, in his free time, either looks at the result or it's sent to his email. The idea is that patients don't rush to test themselves or notify the physician. The process here circumvents the patient, and the data is automatically stored and transmitted. It enables better monitoring.
In the case of diabetic children, parents receive their child's test results directly to their cell phone. The phone's other features include a medication intake reminder and a pedometer application. Well do, and yet, why was the smartphone, mostly synonymous with text messaging, web surfing, and downloading music, selected to pack this technology?
We've chosen the smartphone because the world is moving from simple phones to smartphones. People are more and more doing their activities, their bank activities, their life activities on the phone. Instead of going back and forth to a doctor, back and forth to an emergency room, waiting hours, driving hours back and forth, you do it in seconds, in your home, in your bed, anywhere, anytime. So a smartphone is not the past, it's the future.
Like many Israeli technology tycoons of his generation, Geva's ascent to the top entailed a long and arduous journey. From a modest childhood at a farming community in the 50s to the lecture halls of the revered Technion, Israel Institute of Technology. After that, to senior positions at leading high-tech firms and the founding of LifeWatch AG, previously known as CardGuard, headquartered in Switzerland's serene Neuhausen am Rheinfall and listed on the Swiss Stock Exchange. Within 2 decades, the company has established itself as a global provider of a host of patented products focused on wireless cardiac monitoring. LifeWatch has branch operations in the United States, Great Britain, the Netherlands, and Japan. The Research and Development Division is located in Rehovot, Israel, where a small team of engineers and software experts, among the country's best and brightest, developed LifeWatch 5 in 18 months. The U.S. subsidiary, LifeWatch Services, runs call centers that provide medical assistance and consultation round the clock, as well as home sleep testing, clinical research, and wireless diagnostics, with 300,000 new patients joining its services every year. The medical smartphone is part of emerging mobile health technologies, a market that last year generated $1.5 billion in the U.S. alone and $356 million in venture capital investments, with the healthcare spending gap expected to grow dramatically in the upcoming decade. With competitors already snapping at his heels, Geva contends that his gadget, scheduled to arrive in stores worldwide by the end of the year, is a slam dunk.
We believe that many people, sick people, healthy people, health conscious, maybe hypochondriacs, I mean a variety, a spectrum of different people will use this phone for their daily health. I cannot predict, but they should be and will be probably in the millions as time goes by, and we are coming with more applications, more medical sensors. People will understand that this is changing their life.
Out of the saddle, slow it down.
It's not all about chronic or high-risk patients who require close supervision. The phone was designed to cater to an expanding market of health and diet-conscious consumers, amateur athletes, professionals living a fast-paced lifestyle, and hypochondriacs. Call it illness management or prevention. I'm checking my blood situation, a test common among athletes and others. Then my stress level. Whoa, fairly relaxed. And body temperature, measured with a quick swipe of the forehead. The phone also integrates a host of diet applications, including a meal planner, exercise and weight loss trackers, and monitoring of daily water intake. The data is stored and can be shared with a third party, a dietitian, medical expert, or family members via email or SMS. Geva is in the process of seeking U.S. Food and Drug Administration and CE approvals to begin selling LifeWatch 5 and has partnered with a Chinese manufacturer.
The Chinese partner is one of the good manufacturers, developers of cellular phones in China. They are not too big, they are not too small, they are very cooperative, they are very good people.
The phone was designed as an affordable technology, with a unit expected to cost $500 to $700. Marketing has been launched in Southeast Asia and is planned to expand to South America, the US, and Europe. Geva says the phone will be in stores before Christmas.